Alright, so gonna try not to leave nothing out. Pretty much before the Loaded Lux battle, I'm with Alchemist. I drop him off at Shady Records in Manhattan. I get a call 10 minutes later. Yo, they want to meet with you. I'm like, who? We like Shady. They want you to come back. I was never upstairs, mind you. They didn't, I guess Alchemist. I don't know how it came about, but he's like, they want to meet with you. So I'm kind of gassed. Like, Shady want to meet with me. I thought my music was crap. Did they must have mistaked the record or shit. I'm all gassed. Like, why these niggas want to meet with me? So I get up there. I meet with the dude from Shady, and he's saying, we're doing this show, and you literally just dropped Alchemist off, and we're in the mix of making this right now. We felt it was perfect. So I'm like, cool, what's it about? So they break down the whole thing to me, try to offer me like to be in the show. Mook and Lux gonna be like the team coaches, how they had it. Just straight up, I felt was disrespect. You know what I'm saying? And this is before the Lux battle. So all they going off is probably my Sue Surf performance or whatever. So I kind of understand them, but I still felt offended. And I dubbed it. I'm like, nah, I'm cool. Like, I'm not finna be in the house and let them and take this couple thousand for this. Like, I'm cool. Like, I don't know what level y'all think I'm on, but where's Joe? Where's Royce? And they got like, what? This kid is crazy. So he starts laughing at me and shit. He's like, all right, go ahead. But I'm like, yo, I helped with the show. I offered that because I felt like they needed some insight. And I think that's the one mistake they made. It's not having enough people that's in battle rap to have an input in what should. And I'm like, yo, let me help though. And they was like, nah, you're good. We don't need you. So they waved me off. So boom. All right, I end up battling Lux probably a month after that. The Lux battle happens. After I battled Lux, I see and talk with Joe at the event, and I asked him, and he was like, maybe I didn't talk with him then, but I remember talking to Joe and asking him, was it still going down? He said, yeah. And so this is how me and Joe came about. I go to the show to go fuck with Disaster. Hit me. He wanted some weed and shit, so I go bring Disaster some weed, and he's like, yo, just come to the show. He kind of convinced me to come to the show, and then ironic, because I was talking with Math too, and Math was telling me the same thing. Math was like, yo, just come to the show, blah, blah, blah. If I never would have listened to them and went to that show, I wouldn't have battled Joe Budden. This is how crazy it is. Because that's when we took the picture. I was talking shit to him because I guess Mike told him. This is when me and Joe Buckin. This is when me and Joe's friction started because Mike told him, Hollow came in here talking about where's Royce, where's Joe, blah, 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 blah. So he was talking shit to me. And especially after the Lux battle, because he was fucking with me, he was showing wild love. Shout out Joe for showing love. He was showing wild love after the Joe battle, so we was going back and forth. We take the picture, it blows up on the internet. So then, this is before Shady, because they didn't, like I said, dude blew me off when I asked for Joe. They was like, Joe never been. So me and Joe were talking, and I told him I got the on-demand plug. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, well, yo, get the contract. I'll, figure out what I want. If they bring what I want, let's do it. So I made it happen. Boom. I had dude get in touch with them. They print up the contracts. We ready to sign them. As soon as we get ready to sign them, I guess Joe's manager must have told, obviously they got to tell Shady, they got likeness. So they own his likeness or whatever. So they're like, oh, no, you're bugging. You're not about to do this here. We already got a show. You could do this here if that's the case. So mind you, I was getting a percentage of the pay-per-view over there, plus a lot of money. I'm not going to say the price, but a big scoop. And, they do that. So I'm like, it's cool with me as long as I'm getting around the same, and I expected to. And when I'm talking to them, they're trying to lowball me. I mean, I had to negotiate. When I say I had to negotiate like a dog, and the only leverage they had on me is, this is Joe Budden's. He doesn't have to battle you. You know what I'm saying? That's the only leverage, and I felt like they was going to try to give him somebody else. So all of this happened. So I finally just be like, fuck it. Joe wasted money and time with these contracts with this other people I was working with, which is my people. And I end up doing the shit with Shady. Boom. So I signed a contract. Once I signed a contract, I see it was Russell Simmons, Steve Rifkin talking with Smack and them. So I felt like it was a whole big plot going on from these record labels, you know what I'm saying? Because they was meeting with them around the same time. It was some other shit, I forgot who Steve Rifkin was meeting with. But I seen a whole big plot, and I felt like what was going on was they're gonna wipe out the battlers. We're gonna become the top tier. Will become the low tier, and the top tier is gonna be your Royce the 5'9", your Ab Souls, your Mr. You know what I'm saying? People whose industry, but really, you know what I'm saying? So I seen that coming, and I seen the labels coming in. So that's what I meant by the capitalists, because they weren't looking out for them in the house. They're paying me crazy money, add a 0 and 0 on what they're getting in the house. And I'm like, this don't make sense. You know, I'm always a realist enough to be like, okay, yeah, I might have a bigger name than them, but I'm not that much bigger than these cats. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's not make it seem that way. Y'all should be giving them a fair pay. So all this combined, bro, all this comes into play, and I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck to do. I'm on the phone with, at this time I was talking to Organic and Disaster, and I was really talking to them to help me make a decision, because I was just gonna cancel it. I was just gonna not do it and sending their money back. B, I was gonna boycott it a week before. I was thinking about boycotting it and being like, yo, I'm not doing this unless y'all pay these battlers on the card an extra so and so thousand. You know what I'm saying? And I really think that probably would have been the best decision. But I ended up making C, which was just writing it in my round and putting them on blast during the event. I don't know. Y'all can weigh out what's the best decision, A, B, or C, at home. So pretty much, I go with C, bro. And it was so deep for me. And I don't know how people understand how deep it was. Like, you know, this is like deciding on a 10-year relationship, or this new chick that might, you know, be the baddest chick you ever met. Because this is like a dream. Shady Records, they're telling us, oh, you could get Coca-Cola sponsorships, Beats by Dre. They're selling a dream. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just, you know, trying to stand my ground on what not even trying to, I'm standing my ground on what I believe. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I did. So boom, this is my sabotaging part. All the interviews, you can add, well, the battle rappers will probably never tell a story. Probably when I'm dead, they'll tell it. But I was straight disrespecting the whole set. Like at interviews, at shows, I'm doing what the fuck I want to show like y'all can't control this. Y'all don't want a hand in this. Y'all can't control it. So this is what y'all can go back and see that I did. What was my first move? Damn, I don't want to forget it. Fuck it. All right. My first move was the mics. When I got on stage, they was like, round one, Hollow, it's on you. I'm like, yo, I ain't got no mic. Y'all never gave me a mic. They did mic me up backstage. The little black bag I had, I took it off and put it in there because I want them to seem incompetent, like they don't know what they're doing. So, yeah, no, this is how far I went with it.
Okay, Slay, we ain't gonna waste another minute. These guys said screw the coin toss, and they both... You ain't got no mic? Y'all didn't mic up Hollow the Don? Fuck it, take my mic. We can have them use my mic. Don't give them my mic. All right, here's the mic. What up, fam? Hey, y'all ready for this?
Because, you know, y'all not showing love for us, it's sabotage. So I took the mic, I stashed the mic in the other bag, so when they was like round one, I'm like, y'all never... It looked like they was unprofessional. While Sway is doing the introduction, I'm walking past him all in the camera, just, you know, and I just did Sway, and I hope he don't got no hard feelings, because it would never be disrespect towards Sway, ever. Like, I love Sway. It was just like he was hired by the enemy. You know, you know what I'm saying? So I'm walking past him during the fucking interview and shit like that.
All right. Here we go. We got Grammy nominated, MC, reality star, 1/4 of the most respected hip hop conglomerates of all time. One of the bravest in the game right now.
And then y'all see what I did last. I just walked off during the judgment. I wanted to show like y'all can't control this. Y'all don't want part of this. You know, because they're not helping it. Y'all not looking out for us. They're coming in like a label with the mentality of a label. Let's eat the most. So everything else y'all could get from my first round. Like, I don't have to sit here and go back and explain it. If you listen to my first round clear, you hear everything. It's just in metaphors. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I did to try to sabotage it, man. I just made it look incompetent. And, you know, I think it worked. You don't see a Total Slaughter 2, right?
Damn! You make light-skinned niggas look bad. But that ain't even why I'm mad. I had this book with On Demand and there was crazy litigations. He said he wanted his people to do it. Even though talk is cheap, I said pay me in a statement. I was feeling weird because they millionaires, but they was lazy with the payments. Cut my cash in half and now I'm in a shady situation. I mean, maybe I'm just bugging. Joe signed with Shady, Shady picked the judges, plus they won't pay me what I wanted. These labels, ain't they something? We live and breathe this shit. CEOs, they just get stats and read this shit like hundreds of millions of views off of battles. We need this shit. We'll take 85%, fuck an equal split. We'll have Flake coming host. He'll read the script. What about the battlers in the house? Throw him a couple G's, that's it. Wow, G's, that's it. Jimmy Iovine, Doc, please, and Rosenberg, eat a dick, you fat piece of shit.
And you know, and I want to publicly apologize to Eminem and Royce, because them big influences, and I know they didn't have no bad intentions, because they're coming from an artist standpoint, but you know, Rosenberg and these people behind the scenes, the other names we don't know, they're just looking at numbers. They don't give a fuck about the, you know, artistic part. They just like, oh, millions of views, we could turn this into money. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much.
How did that affect your preparation? Because I hear a lot of people. That's one battle. Oh, you didn't? I mean, you didn't prepare? Because that's one battle people say that they don't like.
Yeah, they're not supposed to. Look, I did the craziest shit. In my mind, I was like, how could I win this battle and not do good? That's what I was trying to do. Still win the battle, but not do good. So my first round was the only thing I put time into, my first round. The second round, I just did like a bunch of Joe flips. I wrote that shit mad quick. The third round was on the fly. Like, the third round was just like me just throwing shit out there. Like, I'm not gonna lie, besides the first few bars. And then I did shit that I knew people wouldn't like too. Like, that's the little shit. I was bringing shit back. I never do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and if you spell it out, J-O equals Joe. You know what I'm saying? I was doing like mad watered down shit just because.
I finally can say this. Lay off the pills, you crack addict. Popping that E got you feeling like OJ. You want to take a stab at it? Well, that's backwards. Because his name's Joe. E-O-J, that's backwards. My ball went over his head. That's madness. I mean, I come to Jersey City or any Jersey City just to shoot at you, because when you put us cats in heat together, we'll spray up the house. That ain't new to them. I said, y'all booing. Y'all booing. And these mics is fucked up, but I don't give a fuck, so what's that sound? Them my punchlines that went over your head, let them hover around.
Yo, shit, just because. Like, I didn't care to be the scapegoat. I felt like I'm gonna be the fall guy. I'm gonna look bad. Nobody's gonna understand it. Only artists will understand this. Fans are not gonna understand. And I felt so guilty about people that I met that day that flew out, and I was just like, when I was meeting them before the battle, I'm just like, damn, I wish I could tell them, like, this is not gonna be good. Like, this is not gonna be entertaining. You know, and
now, so did you talk to other battlers on the card and everybody was coming up with the same thing, or were you just kind of
no, bro, this is solo? What gets me upset is because I was, like I said,
they believe the dream.
The Total Slaughter event is coming up. You know, you was in the house. Can you give us a little bit of insight on what went down?
At the moment, I cannot speak on it. But what I can say is it probably is the best thing that has happened to battle rap.
Bro, I don't want to make niggas, but it's like it's hard not to when you're being sold this by the #1 rap artist. Like, you know, it's not the #1 rap label, but Eminem is top 3 biggest artists ever in rap, and this is his label. So who's not? Like, you see Mook in there in the studio, they brought their mics in, him and Rex, they acting like they in the music. So like, they like, yo, come do some songs, yo, we in our shit, y'all see this, right, Shady? Yo, Mike, y'all seeing this? Cause we rapping hard. Like, they was like, they really got sold, and I'm like, bro, nobody really sees it. And I was surprised because I was the only one that stood up. Like, you know, everybody got treated unfair as far as, if you're putting 300,000 in a production, Why is not close to the same money being put into the artist that's making this happen? You can't put 300,000 or 200,000 in a production, and let's minus me, the main event, the battlers. Y'all putting about 15, 20,000 into them. You know what I'm saying? All that's in the house. That don't add up, you know. And I think everybody goes off of faith. Like I hope they'll mess with me, or you know, I hope they'll. And I was just going off of what was black and white. Y'all said Pepsi. Y'all talking about Beats by Dre. None of this is in my contract, so I don't believe it. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all are just, and that's what I went off of. Now if it was in my contract, I'd be like, oh, they looking out. But they're, yeah, no, we just got to do this one. This is Fuse TV. You know how big this is gonna be? I mean, nobody's putting you on TV, and it's all, you know. And that's what you see in entertainment. You know, same thing in hip hop. Nobody really stands up. Nobody represents. Everybody getting fucked over. You know, they'll go clap a nigga that fuck them over in the street, but obviously they're not gonna go do shit to a dude up in the office that's fucking them over because he might could help him in the future.